Good evening. I'm Alan Devlin. Thank you for joining us here tonight. With just 2 days until Election Day, today was the final day of early voting. The New York City mayoral candidates crisscrossed the city today, encouraging New Yorkers to get out there and vote. And it appears to be working. You can see this line going around the block at this polling site outside John Jay College on Manhattan's west side. The Board of Elections says some areas had to wait more than 50 minutes today. Political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us with the final Sunday push for the candidates here. Marcia, it all comes down to this.
It does indeed, Ellen. And I can honestly say that each of the men who want to live in Gracie Mansion were hyper-focused today, trying to get people to stop talking about the race and actually cast their ballots. None more so than a certain Queens assemblyman who went from being Zohran Who when the race started to the man to beat.
1, 2, 3,
These are just some of the members of the Mamdani militia. The Army of Volunteers Zohran Mamdani put on the streets today, charged with the lofty goal of breaking the state record for most doorbells rung on a single day of getting out the vote. He's hoping to top 200,000. That's right, 200,000.
Remember that your hands, whether you use them to vote, whether you use them to knock, whether you use them to make phone calls, they are more powerful than any commercial, more powerful than any poll, more powerful than any prediction of what Tuesday will look like.
Everybody out! Everybody out! Everybody vote!
Andrew Cuomo on the streets of the Bronx after speaking to parishioners at the Union Grove Missionary Baptist Church, accompanied by 2 of his daughters. For him, the issue is experience and his opponent's lack of it.
You need to have somebody who has the experience to do it. That's what I do. I don't do a lot of things well in life. You don't want to hear me sing. You don't want to see me dance. You don't want to see me swing a golf club. But I know how to make government work. I know how to make change. I've been doing it since I was 18 years old.
After that, well, I couldn't help myself. So you said in there that you can't sing and you can't dance. Prove it.
Come on. Let's show them. I sing, can't sing, and I can't dance.
Given the intensity of the attacks against him, I asked Mamdani, has there been something that got to you personally that you felt was like a blow under the belt?
There have been moments where even I have been shocked by the language that has been used in this race and by the fact that we are seeing more and more of the kind of politics that disgust so many New Yorkers in Washington, D.C., now endemic in the politics right here of New York City.
And with recent polls tightening, he also fired off a shot at Cuomo.
You know, I'm running to be the next mayor of New York City, and one of my opponents, Andrew Cuomo, has spent these final days of this race not content with being Trump's puppet, but now seeking to become Trump's parrot.
Also seeking to get out the vote, Curtis Sliwa said he would continue to speak out even if he doesn't win.
I will improve. I will not move. I will not flee out of fright. I will fight for what I know is right.
Now, part of Zohran Mamdani's strength is the 100,000 people volunteering for his campaign. So today's goal of knocking on 200,000 doors in a single day doesn't seem all that difficult. For the record, they say the previous one-day total was 176,000 the day before the 2024 presidential election. Alan?
Oh, Marcia, I know you're going to be busy the next couple of days.
We are indeed.
So before we added today's totals, we were looking at about 600,000 people already casting their ballot. How does that compare to previous elections?
Well, believe it or not, in the 2021 mayor's race, total, just over 1 million voters went to the polls. So right now we're on track to double that even, and so it's going to be anybody's guess as to how big the number of people turn out are.
Do you think people are taking advantage of the opportunity to vote early?
Well, you know, there are lots of people who are very traditional. They want to be able to go to the polls on Election Day, especially, believe it or not, older New Yorkers who like the tradition of going to the polls on Election Day. Also, believe it or not, Republicans like to vote on Election Day. They've opposed a lot of these efforts to have early voting and mail-in ballots. But here's the big question, I think, and that is Andrew Cuomo's push to try to get Republicans to vote for him and not Curtis Sliwa going to work? And if so, how many of them will switch?
Time will tell. Time will tell. And that clock is ticking.
Only 2 more days.
You said that with a sigh of relief there.
Indeed it is.
A busy woman. Marcia, thank you.